Let me make sure we're good. Make sure we good. What's good, y'all? Shout out to Cowboys Nation. It's been a minute. I'm gonna wait and see who pull up in here. It's been a long time. Hopefully everybody can hear me. I had to get a few things with my system. So my streaming system has been a little janky. So, and on top of that, we've been working out and doing a lot of things in the gym. So let me see. Let's see if a few people get in here. Hopefully this John working. Hopefully it is. Streams, man, I'm telling you, the streams are expensive. It's crazy. Let's see. Oh, hey, shout out to my man JP. What's going on? He said, JC, good to see you. What's good, bro? Hope you're having a great weekend. I am, man, most definitely. I finally came in here on the stream. It's been a little while. It's been a while. I had so much going on with health. I've been trying to work out and I'm still locked in as far as the film sessions and stuff, but we definitely want to come in here and do some streams as well because I missed y'all, bro. I'm so excited because we're less than 2 weeks away. Let me see if my little air horn still works. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's great energy. We love this time of the season. There's so many players to talk about, so many things to break down. So it's exciting to see how this all is going to play out. You know what I mean? Because this team has a lot to do, guys, that from the offensive line, the defensive line, the linebacker position, regardless of all the players that they picked up in free agency, still got to go out there and get better. This is why I want them to continue to keep nabbing at it. Keep nabbing at it. Go get talent. You have to continue to do things like that. That's how you win. That's how you take that next step. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to John Jones. What's up, bro? It's been a minute, man. You already know, man. It's been a long time coming. I'm trying to tweak this stream. This stream is a little funny. It's very expensive, so it's been a lot going on. So I haven't really had so much time to do the streams. I've been doing a lot of the film sessions and trying to keep content coming. You know what I mean? We definitely got to do that. Keep this platform going. You know what I'm saying? So it's always good to see you, bro. You already know what it is. But shout out to everybody. I didn't connect my other the Facebook and all of that. I just wanted to do straight YouTube. Sometimes I go on Instagram or I'll go on TikTok, but I just want to talk to YouTube today. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been a minute. But as far as the players that they have brought in here, it's been a lot of. You want to get better, like I said. Oh, and rest in peace to Kairen Lacy, bro. That situation is so sad because he was one of the players that I really thought. I mean, this was a couple of years ago. I've always watched Lacy, but we always got to remember when you're going through mental health issues, call somebody. You know what I'm saying? Talk to a family member because you never know what the next person is going through. It's so unfortunate to hear things like that because I thought that he was going to be one of those players, a top 15, top 10 type of talent. You know what I mean? But sometimes, things unfortunately happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's sad to hear about that this morning. And my heart and my prayers goes out to him and his family, man, for sure. All right. Hey, shout out to Jay Brown. What's up, bro? What's good, man? I'm in here, man. What's good with you? What is going on, man? You already know I wanted to come in here and break a few players down. You already know. I haven't been live in a while, so the notifications, the algorithm might be a little funny, but it's all good. They should catch the replay. You know what I'm saying? You already know. But it's rare when I come in, so hopefully you guys can be able to tap in with me. But as far as the talent that they have brought in here, Dante Fowler is one of the guys that I really, really like, having 10 sacks this past season. Being with the Washington Commanders, I think that with his skill set and what we're trying to do with Eberflus and his defense, I think he could be something. Now, as far as setting the edge and doing things like that, if he can be able to go out there and prove that he can do it, that can get this player more play time on the field. You know what I'm saying? But pass rushing ability, the club moves, the swipe moves, he does all of that kind of stuff on film. And I think that you're pairing him with a guy like Micah Parsons, you're pairing him with Marshawn Neal and all the rest of those guys on the defensive line. I think that it will be fireworks with this player. So I see 8 to 10 sacks with this guy. He doesn't have to you can always turn up as far as the defense, but as far as him being a pass rusher in his defense, if he can get his 8 to 10 sacks, that'll be fireworks, man. So we'll see how that all plays out with him. You know what I mean? But shouts out to him though, because I think that he's going to definitely make a big time impact. But yeah, man, it's always good to come in here. It's so crazy because a lot of people have been talking about the running back position. Javonte Williams, you have Miles Sanders. I think that they are both talented backs. They could do something. We'll see what happens in training camp, but you do not want that to steer you away from picking the running back in the first round. Now, I'm not sure if Ashton Jeanty is going to be there, but players like Omarion Hampton, I know, let me see if I can put up his let me see if I can work it because it's been a minute. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see if this joint gonna work. Okay. Oh, there it is, man. There it is, man. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the players that I really, really like. The thing is, like, if you want the wide receiver at 12 and he's not there, the defensive end at 12, if Ashton Jeanty is not there, then I believe that you can pick this player at 12. Now, if you trade back, there's a possibility that somebody might pick him. That's why you see the Mel Kipers. You see a lot of those analysts out there that's picking this player to go at 12. I think that by him being one of the most complete backs in the NFL and coming out of college, 6 foot, 221 pounds. Both seasons you rush for over 1,600 yards in both of the seasons. You've been a leader on and off the field. On top of that, you was a top 30 visit. So I think with his skill set, I like him best in gap power type schemes. As far as zone schemes, the vision, I do have my questions about that, especially when you get out in open space. But on top of the blocking too as well, like sometimes he'll show on tape that he can be able to block, but that's an area where he needs to be able to improve. But I think that what he can be able to do for this team, on top of having guys like CeeDee Lamb, you got a lot of talent out there. I think that he could definitely be something for us. You know what I'm saying? My man said, okay, we can have a conversation. TreVeyon Henderson or Omarion Hampton. I like both of the guys, bro. I really do. I think that Omarion Hampton, I'm not sure. I think throughout his career, he has been healthy. I do have my questions about TreVeyon Henderson. He might be one of the guys where you're going to need a bell cow next to him. You know what I'm saying? I think that if you can be able to get that, he'll be good. But as far as his ability to be able to get out in space, he's one of those guys that can open it up at any given time as far as with his skill set. So any of those players, if you can pick them up in the second, if you could pick TreVeyon Henderson up in the second round, I don't think Omarion Hampton will be there, but it's a lot of talent as far as that running back position. But with a player like Omarion Hampton, like I said, being a leader on and off the field, you're being that bell cow, running in between the tackles, you can catch out of the perimeter. I didn't see too much route running, but with his athleticism, I think that he can be able to do it. Running a 4.45, that is all fireworks, man. So it's going to be exciting to see what happens and see how they're going to shake things up as far as that 12th pick. But running back, I think that is all wide open, man. So we got to keep this thing rolling. But he's definitely a special player. All right, my man said, shout out to my man Jay Bryan. He said, I think that what has been missed from the team is speed. I think either Matthew Golden or TreVeyon Henderson adds speed. Hampton adds explosive plays, but not the explosive speed. Yeah, big time. But I mean, he doesn't have he did run a 4.45 though, right? He does have speed. That's 40 speed, but he has shown that he can be able to get away from a lot of these guys. Now, Matthew Golden, we will get to Matthew Golden. He's literally one of my favorite players coming out of this draft because of the things that he can be able to do. But as far as guys like Hampton, TreVeyon Henderson, all of these players, I think that they can be able to boost this offense up and make things easier for guys like Dak Prescott. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see. Let me see if I can. I got to turn this off real quick. My bad. All right. Yeah, man. So it's going to be good. He said, I prefer Henderson. Yeah, I feel you, dog. I feel you. But how do you feel about the injuries as far as Henderson? Would you want to bring in another running back? Would you want to bring in another guy like well, we already have Williams and we have Miles Sanders. Hopefully one of those guys. I'm not sure if both of those guys are going to make the team. We'll see what happens, but you're going to have to need a guy with the Henderson. But when you do have a guy that can be able to open things up like that, it makes things so much easier for Dak Prescott. You can take the top off of defense his skill set reminds me of a Jahmyr Gibbs. He does have that type of explosiveness. When I did the breakdown, I mean, you can see the plays time in and time out, the vision. But my thing is with me, how much are you going to utilize this player? Is it going to be 15 carries? Is it going to be 20 carries? Or do you need somebody that's going to be with him to be able to help him out, like a Quinnshon Judkins, like how he was with Ohio State? Shout out to him too. But as far as what Travion Henderson can be able to do with this team, bro, picking him in the second round, 44th overall, I'm definitely for it. I'm not sure if he's going to go the first round, but if he can be, you can strike him, Caleb Johnson, any of those running backs, Quinnshon Judkins, I think that'll be fireworks. But it just depends on what they're going to do as far as the first round. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy because there will be some angry people if we end up picking up Amarion Hampton. But as soon as this guy get to training camp, preseason, I think that, he'll be able to turn up. You know what I'm saying? All right. My man said, shout out to John Jones. He said, go with wide receiver, running back, defensive tackle, offensive line. Hey, I'm forward, bro. Wide receiver is very important. Let me go to my man real quick. Let me see if I can get to him. I'm gonna start going live more, man, because I like to show film. That's you know me, man. That's what I do. That's my main thing that I do. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find my boy. Let's see. Okay, there it is. Okay, bam. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, it's so amazing to see a player running a 4.9, a 4.2, a 4.29. It's fireworks, bro. It's fireworks. 5'11", 193 pounds. Let's see, 5'11", 193 pounds. A former 4-star recruit who was a top 30 visit. He had 30 starts between Texas and Houston, so he does have experience. One of my favorite players coming out. He's a top-notch runner. And the good thing is, not only was he productive at Houston, at Texas, but he was productive at Houston as well. So both, I mean, this guy has been putting up a lot of work as far as the of what he can be able to do on the field. But the slants, dig routes, the fades, I think what he can be able to do in the perimeter, the speed, he's a special player. So pairing him with a guy like CeeDee Lamb will be big time. And I think that, with what he can be able to do, picking him at 12, hey, I'm for it. I'm definitely for him or guys like Ted McMillan. You know what I'm saying? They got big time skill sets. So these guys are can really make a difference. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy. Let me go back real quick and show what he can be. Let's see. All right. So looking at this play here, just seeing what he can be able to do, just the vision, having the ability to be able to track the ball down, getting 2 feet down is crazy because college, sometimes you only need to get 1 foot in. So just showing that you can be able to get 2 feet down, that's what scouts look for when it comes down to certain talents. But just like I said, the dig routes, the rocker steps, double rocker steps, taking the top off the defense, you can use this guy in a slot position. You can use him on the outside, just kind of mixing things up when it comes down to this kind of talent. But having those 2 feet down is big time. I like to see that, you know what I'm saying, from this type of player. You know what I mean? All right, let's see. But yeah, man, with this player here, I'm not sure if he got injured throughout his career or any time throughout his career, but a lot of times that I seen him, he was always playing and he was being utilized in the most important parts of the game. So that's what you need when it comes down to these kind of players here. All right, so this is a play here. Looking at this play here, just seeing the skinny post and just having the ability to be able to get away. He did get caught on this play. They were angling him. That 4.29 wasn't there at that point, but he was moving on this play, but it was definitely a good chunk play from his talent. Yeah, man. But just seeing what he can be able to do is going to be fireworks. I think with his skill set, he reminds me of Odell Beckham at the top of his route with his ability to be able to separate. So when you're having that kind of stuff, it's going to make things so much easier for Dak Prescott. That's why I think that he is definitely in consideration for that 12th pick, you know what I'm saying, of what he can be able to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be good to see what happens with that. But yeah, man. Hey, man, make sure y'all smash that like button, man. We definitely wanted to come in here and say what's up with you guys. Let me know who we got in here, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. I missed y'all. It's been a lot that's been going on. I've been going to the gym. We ended up losing like 12 pounds so far, so we're trying to stay consistent being in the gym. But, work has been really busy. We've been working Man, we've been working like 11, 12-hour days. So sometimes it's crazy because here's the thing with me. Like, I have another channel for the NFL. So I do JC film sessions for the NFL, and I do JC Cowboys Network. I do, live streams from time to time. So sometimes when you're doing live streams, it could be like a whole new niche, you know what I'm saying, when you're doing live streams in itself, because how many times you're going live. So y'all already know how big I am when it comes down to doing film sessions and stuff like that. So with the JC film sessions, with the JC Cowboys Network, it takes up a lot of my time. So that's why most of the time I can't really get to the film session, up to the live streams as much, but I'm gonna try to squeeze it in, you know what I'm saying, to get it in a little bit. You already know what it is. All right, and we have so much film that's going to be coming. The drafted players, the undrafted players, it's going to be fireworks. So make sure you guys tap in with me. He said, I'm in almost every show, but I don't hardly ever chat. I feel you, bro. I'm sure a lot of people do, man. I don't really go live, so sometimes the notifications, people don't even know that I'm live. They'll probably catch me after the fact, you know what I'm saying? But it's all good though. Shout out to you. I ain't seen you in a while though, you know what I'm saying? I ain't seen you comment in a while, but hope everything's been well. But yeah, man, it's when you're looking at a lot of these players that's coming out in this draft, there have been people saying that we can possibly end up going defensive end. There's a lot of talent. Michael Williams is one of the players that does good things, but I don't think that we should pick him at the 12th spot. If you trade back players like him, Tyler Booker, who are some of the guys that y'all will want to trade back for and strike? Luther Burden is another one of those players that I really like. Some people say that they have questions about do he love football and stuff like that, but every time I see this player, he's always turning up. And it's not always about all of that. Do you have the right organization? Do you have the right people to get this guy in position? You know what I'm saying? One thing I could say about the Dallas Cowboys, anybody that plays for the team, they play. They don't try to demand a trade and doing things like that. I haven't heard any of that. So that speaks more about the organization. Even though there are questions about the things that we do, it's a lot of bright lights when it comes down to Dallas. But players like Luther Burden, I think that he can be a big-time addition to this offense, what he can be able to do. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. You know what I mean? But trading back to about 17, 18, you might can be able to land him. You know what I mean? Hey, shout out to my man Splendor. Hey, what's good, Toxic Splendor? What's good, man? I ain't seen you in a minute. He said, Famo just got out of church and now my boy is on. Let's effing go. Hey, man, shout out to you, bro. Yeah, it's been a minute, man. It's always good to see you, brother. All right, my man Jay Bryant, he said, I wouldn't take Michael Williams or Jalen Walker in the first round. See, Michael Williams is one thing. I haven't really seen Michael Williams turn up that much. You know what I mean? I think that he had about 4.5 sacks the last 2 seasons. So if you're going to be picking a player at 12, you want to see a player getting 8 to 10 sacks. You want to see a player stopping the run. I didn't really see that from him. I was going to do a film session on him, but I'm like, man, they might end up picking this player and he might blossom into something as time goes on. But as far as being an impact player, I think that Jalen Walker, the linebacker, playing that edge rusher position, that linebacker position, the better coaches are going to find a way to get this guy into position. You can turn on the tape and see this guy making plays. And being what was he? I think it was the Buckets Award winner. Him, what was the other 2 linebackers that came from Georgia? The other 2 linebackers that came from Georgia, there was a Buckets Award winner as well. So you got to pay attention to things like that. I think that with him, with his ability and what he can be able to do, if you put him in the right coaching, because he was one of the first breakdowns I did, JB. If you put him in position, this guy will turn up. You know what I mean? But there are questions about, of where they want to play him. They say that they have questions about the coverage and, having an understanding of what's going on defense and stuff like that. But like I said, if you can be able to get good coaching, if you can coach him up, his aggressiveness, his ability to be able to get after the passer is next to none, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be good to see what happens with him. He said, great to see you, fam. Yeah, good to see you, man. You already know what it is, man. I had to tap in here. I'm going to start coming in here at least for like 40 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Break down a little bit of film. There's so much stuff that we need to talk about. You know what I mean? So I said, great to see you. This year is going to be great. Yeah, with the coaches. Yeah, man, big time. Hopefully with players like Matt Eberflus, you can get the linebackers. You can get all those guys going. DeMarvion Overshown. Shout out to him, Agent Zero. Hey, man, it's so crazy because people don't know how much a number can change the way you play. When I wore number 8, I just felt like I was invincible coming out of high school. You know what I'm saying? But wearing that number 0, I think that it's going to be special. Hopefully he can get over that injury. He can get, lock in and focus. We're going to need these guys because the linebacker position is going to be key. Maurice Leofau, you got Sanborn. We'll see what happens with players like Sanborn. I like his vision. I like his aggressiveness, but I think that you have to go out there and continue to keep getting more. Kenneth Murray, we'll see what happens with him. I remember that he was one of my favorite linebackers that was coming out with his athleticism. He hasn't really done much so far in his career, but like we've been saying, if you're putting these guys around the right coaches, I think that, things can start blossoming and get going. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be special to see how it all plays out. But like I said, as far as bringing players in free agency, you want to continue to keep on bringing in dogs because you see the Washington Commanders. We got to keep it real. You see the Washington Commanders, they're getting better. You see the Philadelphia Eagles, they just won the Super Bowl, and both of those teams was playing in the championship game, which was cringy. So you have to be hungry, not only going out there and getting players in the draft, but you have to find difference makers in free agency. So hopefully we'll see how it all plays out. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's see. Hey, shout out to my man, The Lunatic, bro. What's good, man? What's good with you, man? Hopefully the music's not too loud. You know what I mean? I just want to turn a little music on. We're in a JC lounge. You know what I'm saying? I got to take, wipe the cobwebs off. It's been a minute. I don't got no drink with me, but, usually we turn up. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my wife, Jazz, too, man, because she really, really helps me out when it comes down to this channel. If it wasn't for her, it wouldn't even be a JC Film Sessions or JC Cowboys Network because, all that fancy editing that y'all see that I do, she's the one that taught me, you know what I mean? And it's like I sharpened it, you know what I mean? So it's been special. It's been really special. That's one thing that we like to do. Like, I'm not going to just hurry up and make a quick video on something. I want you guys to see this in the best quality. I want you guys to get hype. I want you guys to see things that you might not see in other places as far as zooming in. So it's a lot of things that's going on as far as me doing these film sessions. It takes a long time, but I really, really, really care about you guys. That's the only, sometimes I'll make a video and it might not blow up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it happens, I want them all to blow up, but I still want to pump these videos out in great quality so you guys can be able to enjoy it, man. Because you already know, man, it's all love when it comes down on this side. You already know. JC Kairen. All right, let me see. Make sure y'all hit that like button, though. All right, so my man said, okay, he said, so listen on what you said. You think with coaching, I can't draft that at 12. Walker doesn't have better linebacker film than Jihad Campbell. I mean, he is small to be a full-time pass rusher. I mean, that's why you got to mix it up. You got to mix it up. I mean, I think that the best linebacker, the most instinctive linebacker in this draft is Carson Schlesinger. But when you're talking about a player that has shown some good things at the linebacker position in Jalen Walker, and you can be able to rush the passer, what he has shown on film, it's hard to be able to get away from that. That's why they're talking about him getting drafted early. You know what I'm saying? With me, Jihad Campbell is another one of those guys that I really, really like, but doesn't he have a labrum injury? And usually with those labrum injuries, I think you're out for like 6 months or something like that, like 4 to 6 months. I'm not sure. You gotta let me know about that. Not sure, but with him, I think that they're all talented players in their own right. Carson Schlesinger, what he has done for UCLA with his vision, he's a big-time playmaker. I mean, this dude is jumping off the screen. I really like that player a lot. I really will consider him at 44, depending on which direction we go as far as the draft. What's your thoughts on Carson Schlesinger? You know what I'm saying? All right, shout out to JP. He said, I agree with Schlesinger. Only linebacker worth an early pick. Yeah. I do like Jahad Campbell, but I do have my questions about that labrum injury that he had or something that went down with him. You know what I mean? Gotta be healthy at this type of time when you're getting drafted because you're going to be needed started in training camp. Because usually, when you're hurt like that, Dallas tends to pick players like that up in the second round, the Jalen Smiths of the world and stuff like that. So if he's available, then there's a possibility. If Carson Schlesinger is gone, with his talent from what I've seen, I think that he's an end of the first round kind of talent with his vision and his playmaking ability. I mean, he jumps off the screen. So when you see stuff like that, watching film, I know that these NFL film scouts are watching that as well. So, but with Jahad Campbell, he could possibly be there. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. Let's see. It's a beautiful Sunday, though. Beautiful Sunday. I got my background popping, man. Everything popping right now, man. All right. You said, JC, who do you want to draft at running back and what, number 12 or 44? Yeah, I was saying that earlier, bro. At 12, if the wide receivers are gone, if the pass rusher that you really want is gone, then Amarion Hampton, I wouldn't mind picking a player like him, but they're going to have to hit at that second round pick. Twitter's going to blow up. The NFL community is going to blow up with some people, like, content creators, they do want Amarion Hampton with his talent and what he can be able to do. But I'll pick him at 12. If they do go wide receiver at 12 with the Matthew Golden, with Ted McMillan, any of those players, then I wouldn't mind going 44 and picking up a Quinnshon Judkins or a talent like that. Speaking of Quinnshon Judkins, let me go to my man Quinnshon. Let me see. All right, there you go. Quinnshon Judkins, man. This is my guy right here. The thing is with this kind of player, being 6 foot, 221 pounds, he's the same size as Amarion Hampton. If Amarion Hampton is better than him, I don't think that it is that far apart, because I think that with this kind of player, he's a complete running back. He can catch the ball. He can run in between the tackles. He can catch out of the perimeter. But not only that, being a player who came in the SEC, and he was a leading rusher coming out of the SEC and transferring to Ohio State and still going out there and getting his man, even though Travion Henderson was on the team, tells me all I need to know about this player. And I believe that with his skill set and what this player has done throughout his career, he is arguably the best career out of any running back in this draft. And when you see players like him, you go get those guys. Making a difference as far as the championship game, when the lights were the brightest, these are the players that we like to go get. So he is definitely one of my favorite guys that's coming out of this draft with some of the best production as far as any of these running backs. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be good to see what happens with a player like him. I think that he ran I think it was a 4.48, wasn't it, JB? I think he ran a 4.48. So that's always great to see the speed. Sometimes game speed is different when it comes down to, I don't know if I can find that one play. I don't know. It was one play that he did against Notre Dame where, he broke loose. This might be the play here. No, this ain't the play. This is a blocking play right there. See, this is what I'm talking about, man. Being a lead blocker for the quarterback is always good. You love to see things like that. Watching him getting open in space, finding a hole in the zone, and scoring a touchdown, man. You love to see that when it comes down to this kind of player. Let's see this play here. Just seeing him, running in between the tackles. Here's the play right here where he's just getting out in open space. He did get hawked, but I don't care. Running a 4.48, that's fine with me, bro. That's running in between the tackles and just making big time plays like that is always great to see. All right, seeing this play here, just running out of the shotgun, getting out in the open space, and just finding the edge, man. You got to have players that can be able to capture the edge. You need that when it comes down to the running back position. So, like I said, just being a player that can be able to block, running in between the tackles is fireworks when it comes down to this kind of talent. All right, let's see. He said, I love Jenkins, but Henderson is clearly. I love Judkins, but Henderson is clearly better. If he is better, bro, it's not that far to me, brother. It's not that far. I know that he does have, this is just my opinion on it. This is my opinion on it. Everybody's opinion is different. I do like Henderson's big-time playmaking ability, but I've seen guys like Quinnshon Judkins do that as well. So if he's not there, if Travion Henderson is not there, I'm all for picking a player like Judkins up. If Judkins isn't there, then Travion Henderson, hey, any of those running backs, I think that you can be able to match them with the Dak Prescotts, the CeeDee Lambs, and we'll be rolling. You know what I'm saying? Because the only way, guys, if this team is going to be able to take that next step, they have to get better on offense, and you have to bring in players that's going to not make the other guys comfortable. The Jonathan Mingos, any of those, Jake Ferguson, any of these wide receivers, you do not want to make any of these guys comfortable, because usually when you can be able to do that, that can bring the best out of you. You know what I'm saying? Even the quarterback position. Not saying that Joe Milton is going to come in here and take a position or anything like that, but what's special about bringing in a player like him is he can learn under Dak, and Dak knows that, hey, I got it's go time. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to make anybody comfortable, and when you do that, man, you can bring the best out of them. You know what I'm saying? All right. And then make sure you guys tap into my Sadiq Charles film session that I did. Hey, shout out to Solomon. What's going on? And it's my first time seeing you. Shout out to you, bro. He said I'll move up for Genty / pick up Brashard Smith later. It depends on like the moving up thing. I'm not sure, bro, because I mean we already missing that 4th round pick. If it were me, I mean I would stand right there. There's a possibility. You never know how this all might plays out. We don't know if the Raiders and the Bears, they might strike a player like Ashton Genty, but just like my man Vash Lombardi always said, these teams do not know how to draft well. We'll see what plays out, but I think that the Dallas Cowboys, they need to stand right there. Only way I'm moving up, bro. The only way I'm moving up is for a player like Travis Hunter. If Travis Hunter, I think that my boy from Penn State is going to be gone, but if Travis Hunter is there with the 4th overall pick, it kind of reminds me of the situation with Morris Claiborne when we had that 14th overall pick and we moved up to 6th overall. I think we gave up that pick and we gave up a 2nd round. I'm not sure how much more we gave up, but if we can have a situation like that where we can be at 12 and move up to 4, if a Travis Hunter is available, I'm all for it, bro, because it's so hard to be able to find players like him. That's the only player that I would literally trade up for if I were Dallas, you know what I mean? But anybody else will stand right there and, you know, pick the best talent, whether if it's Ted McMillan, if it's Matthew Golden, any of those guys. We'll see what happens. Hey, shout out to Jazz. What's good, Jazz? What's good, Jazz? You already know, man. We back in here. You know I wanted to come in here for a little bit. It's only right. All right. My man said, why do you think so many people are so low on Will Howard? I'm not sure, bro. I gotta watch some quarterback film. I gotta watch some of his film. But I know one thing: my man Vash Lombardi and Brian Broaddus, they are high on him. They are very high on him. So they think that he can be something. But I'll definitely check him out. All right. He said, yeah. My man said, yes, Genty is different, like Barkley to me. Yeah, bro, he definitely is. What he can be able to do, I mean, he's a special talent. So if we do pick him up, I'm probably going to make like a 20-minute video or maybe 2 videos of this player. Him or guys like Travis Hunter, like wide receiver position, the cornerback position, y'all going to get some great quality film as far as any of those guys if that were to happen. But just like I said, the draft, the undrafted players, we're going to cover all those guys, you know, so it's going to be fun. We got a lot of work to do from JC Cowboys Network, the JC film sessions in the NFL. It's wide open, man. The next 2 weeks, we're going to be real busy. But we're going to find a way. We're going to find a way to try to fit this all in and try to do some live streams as well. All right, my man said, Will Howard is a sleeper. Watch his film. He goes to the right. He said he goes to the right places. He could still a job. I got you, bro. I got you. Yeah, I'm definitely going to check him out. All right. But yeah, man, like when you're thinking about a Matthew Golden or a player like Ted McMillan, I know everybody has been drafting him to the Dallas Cowboys, but we don't know for sure what's going to happen. New Orleans Saints, they could end up picking up Shedeur Sanders, but what Ted McMillan can be able to do, I mean, when you see a player he's almost like he's like that Madden player that you create. Look at this play here. We're going up against Travis Hunter. Just having the ability to be able to catch the ball at the highest point. If it's two hands, if it's one-handed, this guy is a big-time athlete. And if you pair him with the CeeDee Lamb, that could be fireworks as well. I know a lot of people have had questions about does he love football or because of the whole film thing, but we got to remember, I mean, he was young at that time. So the Dallas Cowboys, the scouting department, all the guys that do interviews, that's their job to find out if this player is the right guy. But when you see a guy that is over 6'4" or 6'5", you can utilize this player in the slot. You can utilize him on the outside. He has great yardage ability that he has shown on film, thinking stuff like that and getting to bad positions. He's done a lot of that kind of stuff. So with his ability, I think that once he gets to the NFL day one, he's going to turn up. You know what I mean? So it's not a lot of people that you can see that's that tall with the yardage ability. You can utilize him in the slot and the outside. It's going to be fireworks to see what happens with him. He said, good work, JC. Hey, shout out to you, Melvin. What's going on? He said, love your content. Humble and real. Go boys. Hey, thank you so much, man. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. All right, let's see. Let's look at this play here, man. Just seeing what this player doing, just catching a slant and just getting that yardage right there. Some people have questions about that. I don't understand, but I'll give him the womp on that. Let's see if I still got the womp. Do I got the womp? I don't think I got the womp. I used to have the womp. Yeah, I don't got it no more. Anyway, it is what it is. I used to have the womp, y'all. You know, I give somebody the womp real quick. But yeah, man, let's look at this play here. Yeah, man, just getting in open space like that, man. You love to see stuff like that when it comes down to a guy like Tech McMillan. It's so crazy because some analysts have him ranked as a top 3 player that's coming out of this draft. And I mean, he's a special talent. And sometimes it's not always about when you're 6'5", you got long arms like that. It's not always about creating separation. His catch radius with those long arms is the separation. You know what I'm saying? That's what you like to see when it comes down to these talents. And it's hard to find. So it's hard to find that. All right, let's see. But yeah, man, like wide receiver position. So what are y'all thoughts as far as the offensive line? Like, what are y'all thoughts? I know that, you know, we did the Sadiq Charles film session, playing that guard position, coming from the Washington Commanders and retiring. He has shown some good things on film. He uses his hands well sometimes. I do have questions about him being able to set his base, but getting to the second level and doing little things like that, he has shown some good things, but I don't think that should take you away from being able to pick an offensive lineman in this draft. Not saying that they're going to go that way in the first round, but I know that they do like Mimbu. Y'all know how I feel about Josh Simmons. I think that he is literally the best left tackle in this draft. But the only reason why I mentioned that is you never know what this team is going to do. And the only way that I will pick up a player early in this draft as far as the offensive line is if they go pick up the rest of the stuff that they need as far as free agency, like a real wide receiver too. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody in here too. Like a real wide receiver too. That's why a lot of people have been pushing for the Keenan Allens. Some people, Amari Cooper. I mean, we need a guy there. Whether if it's going to be in the first round of the draft, you need a guy there. But if they pick up a player in free agency like a Keenan Allen, then it's wide open to me. I'm looking at if the best offensive lineman is there, then I wouldn't mind picking them up, knowing that in the second round, the guys that we talked about in Quinnshon Judkins, Caleb Johnson, all of those players are there. I put something up on Twitter about that, but if they go offensive line, I would want them to go pick up a dynamic, but a solid wide receiver, too, that you can be able to go out there and match with CeeDee Lamb and try to get this thing going. You know what I'm saying? So what are y'all thoughts about that? You know what I mean? All right, let's see. Shout out to my man, Ty Church. What's up, dog? What's up, dog? What's good with you? My man said the O-line not in danger. I hope that joint ain't cut off. Hope y'all hear me. All right. My man said the O-line not in danger, but could be better. Yeah, it definitely could be better. Like I want to continue to keep bringing in guys so you can bring the best out of Tyler Guyton. We don't know what we have. The second year, you can be able to progress a lot. The first year was a little janky, but I think with his ability and what he can be able to do, being with a new offensive line coach and all these new coaches, it can possibly give him a lot of confidence. So the good thing is, when you're going up against Micah Parsons every practice, iron sharpens iron. So we'll see what happens with him, but that's one of the positions that I'm going to be paying attention to early on, that left tackle position, because what if we have the same thing that's happening next year? I mean, this season coming up with Tyler Guyton or anybody like that making mistakes on the offensive line. That's why I say you want to continue to keep bringing guys in, and not sure if he is a true right tackle, if he just wants to stay there, but you have to start your best guys on the offensive line. So I know a lot of people don't want to go that direction, but if they pick up a wide receiver too, in free agency, I'm open for it. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. All right, let's see. Shout out to the 24 people we got in here, man. All right, let's see. Shout out to my man Jay Bryan. He said you can talk me into Donovan Jackson in the second, or a Greg Zabel in the later on at guard. My bad, but I'm focused on skill position because that's where the top players are at 12. Yeah, hey, I feel you on that. That's another way that you can think about it. Greg Zabel is one of the guys that is one of my favorite on the offensive line, bro. Like, he has played across that whole entire offensive line, so he has a great understanding on what everybody is doing. Very athletic player. So picking him up in the second, or if he's possibly there in the third, that can be something as well. So it's going to be exciting to see what happens, though. It's going to be really exciting. All right. There you're good, JC. Okay, good looking, dog. Good looking. You say they finally have a real O-line coach. Should be fine with free agency. Yeah, man, coaching matters. Sometimes when you have these players, you can't continue to keep nabbing at positions too much. These coaches are going to have to go out there and coach, man. So it's going to be exciting to see how it all plays out and how they can all mesh with each other once they get to training camp and preseason and all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see. Hey, shout out to Reality. What's up, dog? What's up? He said, sup, old boy. We're going to have a great season, JC. Championship game at least. Hey, I hope so, bro. I hope so. But they got to go out there and get better. They got to continue to keep getting better, keep grinding, free agency, draft, just keep going at it. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be fireworks. I seen a mock of Tyler Warren going to the Cowboys. That's crazy. I really do like him, and he's a player that has played so many positions, and I think that he's going to be an impact player once he gets to the NFL. I'm not sure if they're going to pick him at 12, but that'll be pretty cool. But it just depends. Like, they have to go get other players in free agency, in my opinion. That's just what I think. Not trying to take anything away from the Kenneth Murrays or any of those guys, the Sanborns, but I'm one of the guys, bro. I need to see dogs. I need to see impact players. I need to see players that has the ability to wreck games. You know what I mean? The players that we see on film, that's what we want. That's what we want. You know what I mean? So they got to keep grinding. But yeah, man, this was good though, man. I wanted to come in here at least for like 40, 45 minutes just to tap in with you guys, show y'all a little bit of film. We probably go live in the next a day or two or something like that, bring some more players in here as we get closer to the draft. But it's going to be exciting, guys. I'm so excited. This is the best time of the year. So much talent. Usually when we do pick top 10, top 15, it gets real exciting because there's so many good players and the door is wide open, whether if it's going to be running back, the wide receiver position, the Matthew Goldens of the world, the Ted McMillans of the world, Marion Hampton, Quinnshon Judkins, any of these guys, I believe that they can be able to help this offense out because you're going to need it. You cannot win with this team that we have now, going up against the Eagles, going up against the Washington Commanders. You got to go out there and get threats and have these guys have something else to think about. You know what I'm saying? Because the Dallas, I know they have 2 or 3 big time players on offense. Right now, we pretty much only have one. Jake Ferguson, not sure what he's going to do this year. Hopefully he can be able to turn it around. But CeeDee Lamb is the only guy, you know what I mean? And they didn't really go that direction in free agency. So I think that, as far as that skill position player, just like my man Jay Bryant said, early on, first round, second round, let's get this thing going. You know what I mean? He said this draft has the VIPs, the Cowboys. He's taking another offensive lineman at number 12. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Mimbo is one of those players at that right tackle position. It's hard to pass up on a player like him, bro. It's hard, but I mean, I understand it. If you trade back, just give me Luther Burden or something. Luther Burden or any of those guys in the teams right there. You got some talented players. We'll see what happens with guys like Jalen Walker. I think that he'll get picked early, but in the teams, players like Luther Burden or Amarion Hampton and stuff like that, I think that it'll be fireworks. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Hey, look, man, I appreciate y'all so much. It's so good to come in here, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit the Cash App, the Super Chats, man. Show love to the channel. You guys show love to me. I'm going to show love to you guys. Because it goes a long way. Trust and believe me, when it comes down to doing this film, when it comes down to doing live streams, like, y'all support matters. You know what I mean? Because if it wasn't for you guys, I will not be here. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you, I can't be in here talking to myself. You know what I mean? But eventually, hopefully, we might end up doing some live streams. I'm gonna get Jazz on because she like to come on too. Even though she's still getting in the groove with the whole football thing. She loves to come in here and interact with you guys. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be fun. I'll probably do the JC Lounge. We used to do it at nighttime. Bring the drinks and stuff like that. So I'll probably get some things set up for that. You know what I mean? But the live streams, the JC film sessions, JC Cowboys Network, and working 12 hours or almost 60 hours a week, man. Hey, you know what I mean? But love y'all. You trust and believe me. Trust and believe me. All right, let's see. Let me see if I missed anything else. Was there anything else I missed? Let me see. My man said, oh, he like Jonas. Okay. Yeah, Jonas. All right. Let's see. Oh, I don't know what. Okay, something must have came up on there in the chat box. You probably sent the little picture. Hey, yeah, JC Cowboys, let's go. Hey, shout out to you, bro. You already know what it is, bro. All right. I think that's it, man. Let's see. Yeah, man. I think that's it. So, hey, we'll talk to y'all soon. Love y'all. Come.